Hey, house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 25 updates and spoilers. It is a very special day today. First of all, it's Do You Remember on the 21st night of September? It's that. It's a Little Shop of Horrors Day. Oh my goodness. And it's double eviction night, baby. Woo! We've been looking forward to this, and the day has finally come. Thank you all so much for being here. Our house guests of the day are Mary Ellen Ludwig and Dana Faircloth. Thank you both so much for the support. We could not do this without you. We appreciate it so much. So thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. And before we get going, I also want to thank yesterday's super chatters because that's another fantastic way to support our channel. Excuse me, I just had birthday cake popcorn and it is the devil. Laura Dalton, Angela H, Randall Westgard, Jack D65, Mary Ellen L, Wendy Will, Lynn Hurst, Tucker Brennan, the CAC 16, Minnie Joda, Frog Lover, Sean Davis, and AR Chan 1785. Thank you all so much for your support. I believe tonight's episode is on at 8 p.m. They are going to be switching back to 9, I think, next week, maybe just for that day, and then switching. Like, this schedule is all over the place this season because it's like not usually when this show would be on, so they have to like move everything around. But I guess we just have to rely on Julie to tell us when all the episodes are going to be on, right? It's online too. Definitely check out Hamster Watch because she's on top of that. Yeah, if you check out her website, she has all the episode dates listed. So anyway, tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So when we left off yesterday, there wasn't a ton going on. It was certainly not the frenzied vote flipping that we witnessed last week, right? Cameron and America are up on the block, and it's been pretty much set for Cameron to go for most of the week. We saw a few days ago, Mimi mentioned in the storage room that she wanted to keep Cameron as a shield because she didn't want Siri and Jared to be the next targets, but we never really saw her act on that. We never really saw her campaign for Cameron to stay. I don't know if maybe she just like felt like it wasn't worth it to stick her neck out like that, knowing it would be an uphill battle to get those votes, or maybe she did have discussions about it. Maybe those discussions happened that night that the feeds were down a ton. We don't know, right? But we haven't seen it play out on the feeds. Jared the other day had also mentioned possibly keeping Cameron to help him go after Jag, but that never really went anywhere either. I guess the threat of Cameron winning out to the end was just too strong, right? Like, yeah, it's great to keep him to go after Jag, and then what? Are you going to be able to take him out, or is he just going to stay forever? Plus, by keeping Cameron, you could risk losing any other potential allies, right? You're going to be that jerk that voted to keep Cameron. So, yeah, it was still looking like Cameron would be the one leaving. Jared and Sari, however, are mostly alone right now. So it wouldn't be a terrible idea for them to keep Cameron to work with them, right? If he is truly going to be loyal to them, if they keep him. They don't totally realize how alone they are, though. I think Sari realizes it more than Jared, that's for sure. Most people are targeting them going into this double eviction. Jared is in denial. He does not see Jag or Matt putting them up on the block. Yeah, they are. He even thinks that Corey and America may put up Bowie and Mimi. Now, he's pretty sure that America would put him up on the block. He's iffy about Corey. Okay. You did just put them up on the block this week. Just saying. But anyway, he feels like Corey especially is trying to rebuild with him, so he wouldn't put them up on the block. Anyway, the only people who definitely would not target Jared and Sari are Sari and Blue, right? We've seen, well, obviously Sari is not going to put up her son, even though he offered himself as a pawn if she were to win HOH. She's like, I'm not doing that. Sari is targeting Jag, right? Because she has a feeling Jag is probably targeting them. Yes. And she wants to get him out via the back door, right? She doesn't want to give him that chance to win the power of veto. And he is a strong competitor, right? So she doesn't want to risk him winning the veto. Blue was talking a big game earlier in the week saying that she would send Jared out pre-jury, but now she's realizing that probably would not be good for my game. Jared can win competitions for me. Jared can win HOH again, and then we can stay in the HOH room together again. So she's not ready to cut him loose at this point. She has told Jag and Matt that if she wins HOH, she's not putting up Jared and Siri. She says she can't do it for her game. It doesn't make sense for her. And this is pissing off her new, not totally solidified yet alliance of 5 with Jag, Matt, Corey, and America, right? Because they're all targeting Jared, with Siri as the secondary target. So the fact that Blue is trying to work with them and she is not on the same page target-wise, it's an issue, right? People are not liking that. So Blue was saying she'd have to put up Corey. At one point, she was saying maybe America. Oh my God. Yeah, that's not going to bode well with your potential allies. Now we look at Corey. Corey is saying that he would want to put up Blue and Jared because he's so pissed about the Blue situation, how she's trying to protect not only Jared, but also now Siri, right? So Corey figures if Blue is off the block and she wins the power veto, she can use it on Jared, and Corey's not going to be very happy about that. So he does not want to risk her doing that. So he's figuring, I'm going to put Blue up next to Jared. So tonight's double eviction has the potential to be very, very interesting. All right. So Cameron is still trying, right? He is not giving up. He knows it doesn't look good at this point, but he is still doing what he can to try and stay. So he's talking to Matt and Jared in the HOH room at one point yesterday, and Cameron asks, is there anything that I can do at this point? Tell me, like, do I have a shot? Can you just shoot me straight right now? So Jared says, well, I think everyone has a shot. He says, a lot can change. Everything can change in here with one conversation, right? So Cameron says, well, my situation hinges on you, Jared, and like 3 or 4 other people. He says, you would be the person for me to talk to because a lot of people are going to tell me that they're doing what the house wants, right? And he says, right now you are the house. But even if I can get 4 votes, I would need you to break the tie. So I really need you to be on my side here. So Cameron's like, people are going to do what you want. Jared says he doesn't see it that way. He says, I don't have a voice in this whole thing. If there is a tie, of course, I would be the one to break it, but I'm kind of like the last person in this whole situation. So Cameron's like, all right, well, it would be an easy route to keep me. You know, if we have Matt, Blue, and Jag, we just need one more person on board, and then you can break the tie in my favor. So Cameron says if Bowie is ever let in on any plan, she will bend over backwards and do whatever you want. And that makes her sound so desperate. I don't know that it's that serious. But anyway, Cameron says it's kind of crazy right now for you guys to leave Corey and America in the game together, right? Split up the showman, split up the duo, and let's get on with it. And he says, if I do stay, I would owe everyone who kept me in here everything. So Jared's like, wait, so you think Bowie is flippable? He says, I think Bowie goes with the house. And Cameron says, Bowie just wants to be in on something. She would walk over a hot bed of coals just to be included in a plan. That sounds really dramatic. But anyway, the feed's cut for a bit. We don't hear the rest of this conversation. Something tells me it's not really working. But anyway, while the feeds were down, Big Brother sent the house guests a new transmission. Woo! It's a riddle, but some of the letters were missing. Uh-oh. So they're all trying to remember, like, what were the letters? Where were the spaces of the missing letters? And it was just making me think of A Christmas Story. Please remember to drink your Ovaltine. Yeah. But I think this one is a little different, right? It's not just a crummy commercial. So when the feeds come back, everyone's trying to figure out, what does this riddle mean? What is going on here? America says this is probably just supposed to make us really paranoid, right? Going into this vote. They're wondering, is this for a competition? Maybe this is a warning about a twist. Maybe it's giving us a heads up about a double eviction. Well, there is a double eviction tonight, that's for sure. But I think there is more to this message than just warning them about a double. They're wondering, is this a battle back? And they're also speculating, like, are they going to split the house in half like they did last season? Because they remember this happened when there were 10 people left, right? Half inside, half outside, Dyer Fest and Brochella. So they're wondering if that's going to be the case here. Not that we know of, right? But they're trying to decipher the words in the message, and some of the words they're guessing are like zombies, resurrection, nether region, and they know that this transmission was from the Scaryverse. So it's really making it seem like there's going to be a battle back. Uh-oh. I mean, it wouldn't be with the pre-jurors, right? Because they're already home living their lives again. So maybe they're warning that there's a battle back for the jurors, but like, why would they tell them that ahead of time? Because I feel like if you know there's a battle back coming, that's really going to shape the way that you play leading up to it. Because I feel like if you know there's a battle back coming, you're going to make really passive moves, right? Because you don't want to like risk the chance of pissing off a huge competitor, voting them out, and then they come back in and they're mad at you. So I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea to warn them ahead of time that there's going to be a battle back, but maybe it's something completely different. We don't know. They just hope it means, or they hope it doesn't mean that Cameron is going to end up staying this week. All right. So Corey and Jared have a chat in the HOH room, and Corey's like, I really don't think that this twist is going to affect anything before the vote. The big question here is, will Cameron be saved after the vote? Who knows? They don't know. But they're thinking maybe Cameron is going to have a chance to compete with some of the other evicted house guests, some sort of a battle back. And Jared says that's what he thinks it is too. So Corey and Jared both agree they don't give a crap about twists, right? They're not going to dwell on it. They're not going to let it drive them crazy. It is what it is. There isn't anything that they can do about it at this point, right? They can only control what they can control. So Corey says at the beginning of this week, he was thinking if he won HOH, his nominees would be Jared and Siri. He's like, I'm going to be honest with you. I would be putting you guys up on the block. But Corey says over the course of the week, he's had a lot of really great chats with Jared and Siri. And he says Siri even swore to me. She swore that if she wins HOH, she is not going to put up me or America. She lied. And Corey suspects that she's lying to him, but Corey is also trying to make Jared feel super comfortable here, right? Just in case Siri does win HOH. Or, you know, if this twist mess things up and Jared still has power going into next week or something. So Corey says, I know that Siri doesn't bullshit like that, right? So I know that she's telling me the truth when she says she won't put me or America up on the block. So Corey says, you know, he also would not put up Jared or Siri, even though he felt that way at the beginning of the week. He no longer wants to put Jared or Siri up on the block. He's lying. So Corey says everyone's working with everyone. No one knows exactly who to trust at this point. Corey says, I don't know what's going to happen in the coming weeks. Let's just make it to jury and then we can figure it out. And he goes through his list of who he would not nominate if he wins HOH. And he says, obviously, I would not nominate America. He doesn't have to hide that anymore. Jared and Siri. That's bullshit. He would definitely nominate them. He says, I also would not nominate Jag because he just used the power veto on me. I'm not going to turn around and put him up on the block. He says, outside of that, everyone else is fair game. So Jared says, okay, I trust you enough to take your word for it. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I think Jared's a little bit skeptical about Corey here. But Jared says, you know, if I could play again and I won, I wouldn't nominate Blue, Matt, Jag, Siri. And then there was a long pause before he was like, and obviously you, Corey. I think he forgot to mention Corey and then remembered that he was talking to Corey. But also, why are you doing this? You can't win HOH next week anyway, so why are you giving out this extra information? It just feels unnecessary. But Jared says America is not on that list because I don't know where she stands, right? I can't trust that I'm good with her. And Corey's like, no, I totally get it. Like, it's the same thing with me and Matt right now. Wink. But Corey says, that sounds good to me. You know, I'm just trying to survive the next few weeks and then we can really start cooking here, right? And figuring things out. And Jared's like, yeah, I feel like we can rebuild. Maybe in the jury house. I don't know. Well, I guess if Jared were to go tonight, he wouldn't be going to jury, but Who knows what's going on with this twist? Anyway, after Corey leaves, Siri and Jared chat in the HOH room. First things first, they briefly touch on how Corey said he would not put them up on the block if he were to win HOH. Siri is not sure that that's legit because it's not. But Siri asks Jared, what do you think the deal is with this twist? What's going on? And Jared's like, I don't really care. It's going to be what it's going to be. There's nothing we can do about it. Which honestly is a very healthy attitude to have towards a twist like this, because you don't know what's coming. There's no sense in like freaking out about it. I know it's easier said than done. Sari says, I wish I could feel like that. She jokes that she wants to punch Jared in the face right now because he just feels like so comfortable with it and he's not freaking out about it. If Izzy was still there, Izzy and Sari would be freaking spiraling. So they discuss Cameron's theory. He thinks that this is some sort of a twist that America, the country, is voting for. And Cameron's like, I think America's going to save me, blah, blah, blah. No. Unless there was some secret vote that we don't know about. No. So Jared says he doesn't believe Cameron's theory and he thinks that they should just stick with the plan and vote Cameron out. Right? Just go with it. But then Jared asks, could we like pull off keeping Cameron though? Oh my God. So they go through the potential votes to keep Cameron. So, of course, Sari, they figure they can pull in Blue. And then they're wondering, could we get Matt? They feel like, if we tell Matt the votes are there to do it, he'll be on board. Matt wants Cameron to go. So Sari is like, I've thought about it. I've thought about keeping Cameron. He did offer up a pretty juicy deal. Remember, he was saying whoever votes to keep him, he owes everything to them. He's going to protect them, be a vote for them in jury. If he wins HOH, the people that kept him will control his nominations. He will have no say in that. He'll do whatever they want. So, it's a tempting offer for sure. They just don't know, can we actually trust Cameron to follow through on that, right? Do you trust Cameron enough that he would keep his word? Sari is not sure that they can trust him like that. And Jared's like, well, do you trust Jag and all of them to keep their word? He says, pick your poison at this point, right? They can't trust anybody. So he says he would be heavily considering keeping Cameron, but he's worried that if Cameron stays, he's going to target Sari, right? And obviously, he can't have that. He can't put mommy in trouble. So Sari says, yeah, but if Cameron is indebted to me, if I'm one of the ones that keeps him, that could change things. So Jared says, well, if we could get Mimi, Felicia, Bowie, Cameron would protect us with his life. And Sari's like, I just don't know. I don't think that Mimi would be on board with this, which is funny because we heard Mimi saying in the storage room the other day that she wants Cameron to stay as a shield, right? But Sari hasn't really discussed that with Mimi this week, so she doesn't know that Mimi would potentially be flippable here. But Sari also thinks it would be hard to get Felicia. Yeah. I don't know that Felicia would be down for that vote flip. But Sari says she was really thinking about keeping Cameron. One of the biggest reasons, she's nervous that group that flipped the vote last week is all working together now. Jag, Matt, Corey, America, and Mimi. She's really suspicious that Mimi is now working with that group. And I think that could have been a possibility, but that really kind of died when nobody from that group won HOH this week, right? When Jared won. Because people had to fend for themselves again and kind of run back to where they were before. So, yeah, Mimi is not really working with that group at this point. But Sari's nervous about it. And Sari says, is it worth it, though, to keep Cameron if we lose Matt, Jag, and Blue? Because they're all going to be pissed at us for keeping Cameron. And Jared's like, well, as much as they might hate us for keeping Cameron, they would still have to take Cameron out before they come after us, right? Because Cameron would be the number one threat. So they agree it's definitely worth a thought. They don't really revisit it after that, though, from what I saw. That was pretty much where it died. All right. So then America and Blue chat in the have-not room. And they agree everything that we share has to stay between us. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. America says, I want to stay in this game as long as possible, whether that's with Corey or without. She says, I'm not going to give up my game for someone just because we're cuddle buddies, right? And Blue says, yeah, us being in showmances is really good for us because we aren't seen as the target, right? We're always going to have Jared and Corey being bigger targets in front of us. But she says it is very frustrating not being seen as our own players, right? With always people assuming we will do whatever Jared and Corey want, or like we owe our games to them. So Blue says Jared and Corey both really effed up their own games. They are both seen as targets right now. Right. So America's telling Blue, yeah, I mean, if Jared goes, you have me. So just know that. Because I mean, obviously, Blue knows that a lot of people are targeting Jared going into this week. And she hasn't really shared that with Jared, which is part of the reason he's so in the dark right now. So Blue is saying there's been some talk about getting that family style alliance back together and rebranding as Family Reunion. But Blue says, I would rather go far in this game with you, America, than with Matt and Jag. Because she figures Matt and Jag are already super close. They are like inseparable at this point. They're both strong competitors. She does not want to have to go up against them in the end. She says that ship has kind of sailed with me and Jag. She does admit that she had a final two deal with Jag early on, but it's kind of like died out now because Jag is so close to Matt. Blue's got her other stuff going on. So Blue says to America, I'm not saying final two, but the offer is on the table for a final two. And America says, let's do this. We can't tell the guys, like, let's do this, you and me together. So America tells Blue, I need to tell you something. She says, I was so confused after Izzy left why Corey felt like so guilty about getting rid of her. So she shares that Corey told her that he was in a 4-person alliance, a Final Four alliance with Jared, Sari, and Izzy. And she's all, you didn't know that, did you? So Blue's like, oh, really? Okay. She says that makes a lot of sense. Why that group was so tight. And Blue says, my personal relationship with Jared is still good. But she says, on a game level, my game relationship with him has changed a lot. I've heard all this information about what he was doing without me. So, it's not the same as it was before. And Blue says, Jared and Corey are crumbling. They're not in good positions in the game right now, but we are, right? And we're not going to let them drag us down. So they decide they're going to call themselves the Sirens, like the mythical creature, because they're like working with their guys, but they're like taking information from them, whatever. Okay. I'd like to see it for real, but I am skeptical. Blue says if she wins HOH, she wants to let America know she would have to put Corey up on the block. Ugh. So America was like, okay. She says she does not want Corey to go, but that's the only way that she can save face with Jared and Sari because they will be expecting her to do that. And she wants to be good with them still because she wants to be able to get information from them. So Blue says the other nominee against Corey would be Bowie. She's like, I don't care if Bowie goes. Ouch! She says the replacement nominee, if necessary, would be Mimi. That's like such a lame HOH. No offense to the people involved. But yeah, they agree that they think that Corey would have the votes to stay if he's up on the block against Bowie or Mimi. I don't know about that. I think people would see big juicy target Corey next to like Bowie or Mimi, and they're gonna vote out Corey, right? How could you not? So America's like, don't worry, I'm not gonna say anything to Corey. It makes sense that you would make that move. I think he'll be safe. I don't think so. Okay. So after Blue talks to Sari and Jared, and she does not spill what that conversation with America was really about. She tells them, oh, America was just saying that she hopes that we can move forward together. And she even told me she wants to try working with Jared. Blue says, I'm pretty sure she's just trying to cover her bases with that, right? But Blue says, unless something crazy happens, I'm going to want to keep America around for a bit. I'm fine with her for now, right? She's really downplaying the situation. And Sari's like, yeah, I've been trying with America too. I'm trying to get to know her on like a personal level at least. we'll see. All right. So it's interesting that Blue did not spill what that combo was about. So then the feeds go down for a few hours for the halfway party. Woo! Day 50, baby. So they had takeout, alcohol, music, the traditional cake with the memory wall faces. Yay! And then a little later, Corey and America chat in the scramble bedroom. And Corey says, you know what? All things considered, we're doing a pretty good job, right? This week, we had the worst possible outcome with the HOH winner. And we're still both going to survive. We pulled that off. And he says with 90% of next week's HOH potential outcomes, we should still be good. We should be okay. Unless Siri wins HOH or Blue. But, Corey doesn't know totally the Blue situation. So America says, Blue was telling me again that she would not put up Jared or Suri. And Corey's like, all right, I get why she wouldn't put Jared up on the block, but why is she protecting Suri? What's going on here? So America reveals that Blue told her that she has a final 3 with Jared and Suri. And Corey's like, all right, but like instead of just trying to protect her boyfriend, which is what she was doing before, Blue is now trying to protect her spot in the game, right? She's trying to play the middle by also being good with Suri. Yeah. America says, well, we'll get to all that if Blue wins HOH. If not, we don't need to worry about it right now. So Corey says if he wins, he wants to nominate Blue and Jared. And he wants Blue to be okay with it. I don't know. That's a lot to ask to like demand that somebody is good with going up on the block. He says Blue might go for it, honestly. I don't think she'd be too happy about sitting up on the block. Yeah, but that's just my opinion. Corey says at least at this point, I don't have to shit talk you anymore, right? Before he was always having to tell Izzy and Jared that he'd be fine with America going. He knows that she has to go at some point. But now things are pretty much out on the table, right? Everybody knows that Corey and America are super tight. And now people know that he would never put America up on the block. So that's definitely a weight off of his shoulders. Yeah, it's nice to not have to talk shit about the person you're friggin' making out with every night. So Corey says if Sari wins HOH, he's throwing anyone under the bus that he needs to make sure that they're good, right? He'll throw Jag, Matt, whoever under the bus. But he says that's the worst case scenario, right? Like hopefully they won't even have to worry about that. All right, so later, Jag, Matt, and America are chatting in the bathroom. Jag is reassuring America, you're going to be fine tomorrow. This twist, whatever it is, it's not going to affect you staying, right? He figures the only thing that it would change is like maybe Cameron is voted out and then he comes back in. But no matter what, America has the votes to stay. So these 3 all agree they're gunning for that HOH, but Jag says if the opportunity arises for Matt or Jag to throw the competition to Corey or America specifically, they would prefer to do that, right? Instead of just winning themselves. Because again, they're also trying to play the middle here, right? And they don't want to give that up. But they are also saying, like, if they have to win HOH and be the ones to put up Jared and Sari or Jared and Blue, they're going to do it. So they're hoping in the case of Corey and America, or Corey or America winning HOH, that Jared or Sari would pick Matt or Jag to play for the power veto. And then if, one of them wins, they would keep the nominations the same. So they're really hoping they'll get picked to play for the veto. All right. So everything was still on track there. Today, everything's still on track, right? We're still on track for Cameron leaving. We haven't heard any more talks about flipping the vote. That's pretty much donezo from what I've seen. And Jared and Sari are the next targets going into the double eviction. It seems like Felicia's on board with this because we've seen her kind of go back and forth this week. But it seems pretty solid that she would go after them. Mimi, I don't know. I honestly don't know what Mimi would do because we don't hear a ton of game talks with her anyway. But also I just don't see her straight up putting up Jared and Sari.
Oh, hi.
Hello. Hi, Bubby.
Oh,
so
hi.
I don't know. I'm not sure what she would do, but most people, with the exception of Blue and Sari, would put Jared and Sari or Jared and Blue up on the block. So I want to thank today's super chatters. Woo! All right. Banana Fam. Love that name. Thank you so much for the super chats. Mary Ellen L, thank you so much as always. Meow. Kitty kitty purr. Carla S, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. True Teddy, thank you so much. True Teddy says, I hate Jared, but he has a number for Siri and I love her. I need Corey to leave because he's getting too cocky and doing what he accused Siri of doing. I definitely agree that Corey is getting too cocky and he needs to bring it down a bit. I mean, dude, you're just up on the block with your show, man. So you're really going to be that cocky right now? A little humility would be nice. Wendy Will, thank you so much. And Wendy says, oh, hi. Double eviction. I'm excited. Me too. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Yeah. Jefferson Tucker, thank you so much. Jefferson says, I guess it's no longer double eviction, baby. Announcer forgot, or maybe just ready for day 100. I don't know. I think if they say it, it'll be tonight. Because they usually do it the night of. They don't do it ahead of time, I feel like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they do it tonight, yes. If not, I'm going to be a little worried. All right. And thank you again, Jefferson. Catherine, thank you so much. Catherine says, BB in perf time for... like a BB twist, and yeah, perfect timing for Siri and Jared since they're in trouble. Yeah, I'm really curious what this twist is going to be, because apparently the show canceled the post-show interviews for the evictees, so like what's going on there?
What?
Yeah, so I don't know if like they're gonna come back or like what the deal is. Something fishy going on here. I don't know, but we'll see. Dawn MH302, thank you so much. Cute sticker. Kenny D, thank you so much as always.
Is Jared coming back before he even left?
Hope not. I will be so annoyed. Benjamin, thank you for the super chat. Benjamin says, isn't it crazy to think that if Cam and Jared leave tonight, Felicia will have been the only person in the house to win an HOH? Yeah, that'd be freaking wild. I feel like Jag is going to start winning a lot more if Cameron and Jared do both go tonight. I mean, we need some new winners, right? We need some new people to step up and start winning stuff for sure.
Come on, Secret Genius.
Yeah. Let's see. David Cushmore, thank you so much. David says, is time running out on Jared? Can you picture if Jared in the WWE? I can't picture Jared in WWE, but I would like to see him leave the game tonight. I don't think it's a secret that I'm not a huge Jared fan. Thank you again, David. Chance Pryor, thank you so much. Chance says, I feel like the two evicted aren't leaving. Jared is going to be twisted back into the game after he leaves. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this twist, but it definitely seems like some sort of a situation with somebody coming back. I don't know if it's going to be one of the two going tonight or if it's going to be the week ahead. I don't know. Hopefully they're going to tell us tonight what the deal is, because we need to know. And Chance, thank you again for the super chat. Okay. We're going to call it here because we got to get in a little rest time before the episode tonight. We will be back later to talk about it. And we hope you join us. So enjoy your evening. Let's hope we all enjoy tonight's double. And until later, much love. Thanks, everybody. Latest, babes. Bye. Bye.